are so bouncy today. I'm still getting used to talking in front of people, getting okay with filming myself. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to talk today about why I chose content creation. As scary as it is, and sometimes I'm like, wow, am I out of this place? Like, am I too old for this space? And I don't think that's the case. Oh man, every time I open with this hand, I like block the camera. And I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of that comes from just like feelings of like insecurity, scarcity, that like people might not resonate with my work. And my work, I'm so cocky. I didn't even curl my eyelashes yet. So yeah, for me, I've always been into content creation. Like, I think I have a very different view and take of the world just from like things I've been through. And that's not to say that you haven't been through that too. Like, people have their own stories, and whether or not you want to share it is kind of like your calling. So for me, I've always been scared kind of having those self-limiting beliefs. And then even like the external factors of like my friends talking about it, or being like, oh yeah, like look at how much she's posting. And so that's always kind of kept me back. I've like really built up my confidence to be in this place where like, okay, I could walk around this neighborhood and just film myself. I'm okay with like talking about what has happened to me in the past, my mental health journey, my health journey, like anything. So why I chose content creation, I feel like I started with my blog, and I love my blog. That's my baby. Oh, cute, pretty girl. It smells like pee there. Why I chose content creation, it's kind of like my salvation. I find a lot of peace in talking about what I've been through and kind of the idea of connectedness. So if you would benefit from anything that I'm saying right now, that would serve me well. Like, I would feel great knowing that something that I've said helps you in any way, shape, or form. So that has always kind of been my like inspiration. Like, I've tried to make little Instagram posts like in undergrad, and that like it was almost like inflicting more pain because I was accentuating beliefs that don't resonate with my true self. So with that, like, I have found a lot of peace with who I am, and just like being okay with rewriting scripts that the past have like truly taught us. So an example of that is like, oh, like my mom always told me don't talk about things that like are inflicting pain with you, don't like show vulnerability. And for me, I've like always held that deep down inside of me, and the moment that I kind of let go of that, because that's something that was learned over time, I really kind of truly accepted myself in a way. So pretty. And so going back to the idea that I found a lot of salvation in this, for me, oh my god, it's so hot. Not me seeing angel numbers on this walk. So yeah, I found a lot of salvation in terms of just talking and coming to peace with things. In terms of just like what I've been through, it's kind of like a good coping mechanism, a positive outlet, and it means a lot to think that people might benefit from it. Like I just said, I feel like I'm going around in circles, but I hope too to like inspire you guys to consider content creating. I think too it allows me to put more practice in what I'm preaching. So for example, like if something were to go south, like, wow, I'm not gonna just talk about this in a podcast or in a video. Like, let me practice, like, okay, I'm going to reorient myself and focus in the future. Well, focus in the future. Focus in the present. See, to focus in the present and take a deep breath. And if anything, too, it comes to kind of like a laughing moment that, like, I could film it to share with you guys, or it becomes like a moment that, like a teachable moment. I got my Starbucks. I'm feeling a little better talking right now, guys. But yeah, a little teaching moment too. I think like the second I started like stepping away from what I'm supposed to be, I'm just kind of focusing on like my inner world, who I am. Like even with a little sprinkle of delusion, I think a lot of like I feel more authentically myself than I ever have. And so take away like thoughts of what you should be. Like, there's so many cars. I'm in front of a Dunkin' I literally just got Starbucks. The only rules that are real are the rules that you make for yourself. So like I think that should be kind of like empowering in itself. So I hope like you find some peace and salvation in the fact that there's so much in this world. There's so much that we don't know, so much we can do. And so why not just see what feels good, see what aligns with who you really are. Those fake beliefs of like what your mother wanted you to be like, what your grandparents loved to see you do. Just see what resonates the most with you. And sometimes it's trial and error, but I think literally me talking about everything has been the biggest shift in who I really am. Yes, I'm walking in the Chicago alley right now. I hope you have a great day, guys, and have something to take from it. Thank you for joining me on this hot girl walk and talk with me.